Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And when last we left off, we've managed to find a hidden temple not far from Deerford Village. There are two ways that you can get into this temple. One is through a store in the village itself, but that would have involved going past the people that worked in the store, who are likely worshippers of Skaen, the god this temple is dedicated to. They wouldn't have liked that. And then there's the way we took in, under a ruined statue in Deerford Crossing. Hopefully this will get us closer to where we want to be, because we need to rescue Aelys as soon as possible on account of all of that. But before we do that, we're going to go and read these. There are two, one here and one here. Lloyd Rubin, Knowledge and Harmony, an Isometric Universal Path. May this be our next epic quest immortalized. Seek the crest where the fish and dragon meet as one. A father like none other to 3 sons and wife. A walking encyclopedia of knowledge and experience. We miss you here on this plane and await to see you again when our saviour returns. I hope I can come up with something good to have engraved on my memorial. I mean, that's not bad. He rode hard, he drank hard, vini, vidi, vomiti. Each defeat is a victory if the objective is not to win, but to learn. Death may be the most valuable teacher of all. Alone, wandering the country, helping the weak. If you don't have anything memorable to say, will that stop it from being remembered? Good point. Glory to the defeated. This plaque has been rendered unreadable. Well, that's unfortunate. Don't make it for mobile platform. Why not? Seriously, I have no idea what to write. Well, you wrote something. Kill for her, yearn for her, in the shadows die for her. Prayer of a sanguine flame. Who would dream to rebuild a world forgotten? Throw a plea into the ether? They replied, with gold, with silver, and with bronze, and so the pillars were built, but they are remembered here. Souls raucous, better than dust. A wanderer of the ancient savannah, became lost in body and thought one day and never made it home. We always wonder what can be done to make a difference in this world. Well, here is what I did. The smallest of actions sometimes lead to something as big as this. Be a hero. Make a difference today. Into this dark embrace we meet the light we've sought, and from beyond the veil the world is clear. To all we've held and loved, our blood has bought eternity for us. Within our hearts, they hold most dear. Murdered by the other members of the Replay Illuminati after selling them out for a mixture of Coke Zero, turban points, and a signed copy of Mitt Romney's No Apology Believe in America. A man that never was and yet was awesome.
Certainly.
And that's the first one. Now, we go to the second.
Aye.
You can read that one. We'll start here. It was a darn worthy cause. It's easy to make a witty cynic with a dark past. It's much harder to make a hapless, endearing rogue who's in way over their head. To stay out of trouble, you have to stay away from it. Worse things happen at sea, you know. Terrible things happen on land, too. I cannot read that one. Dedicated to one soul which has passed its mortal call into another one. May he be remembered, and may his next life be as his previous one. Violence is red, and so is blood. I'll crush your skull with a delicious thud. Nice rhyme. There are those that dare, and those that succeed. Kayla was never both. She excelled at being unnoticed by most, and so found it increasingly hard to make progress in what became a short life. Broke his foot in the privy, and starved to death. That's a way to go. Adventure, enjoy, and have fun. I am. To my love, double potassium, forever yours. He died like he lived. Fast. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a different franchise. That is not the one we're playing a game of today. Beloved by her family, mourned by her loves, she will never be forgotten. To Madja. Thank you, Obsidian, for your work, and I hope one day I can try to create stories and imaginary worlds like yours. Thank you. I'm sure you can. No more shall the souls of the lost wander aimlessly. Welcome home. Never give up. I'm trying not to. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. With that done,
I'm here.
It's time to head into here and see that there are a number of ways we can go. We can go this way. We can go that way. And there looks to be a door there too. Let's look here first.
I'm here.
If I sneak, we can get a quick peek at what's going on.
Interesting.
And we've disarmed the trap, getting a boiling spray trap. Right, we could go this way, which leads to things. We want these. This cabinet is finely crafted from a deep, rich wood. However, many of its shelves are broken from years of rough use. A key! This stone key has ancient engravings etched along its surface. We'll have that. Final Journal of Jonas. My son. Tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skaen's embodiment on Eough. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all the while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skaen teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skaen does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died. For I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skaen will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning, I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skaen might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past few seasons, but Skaen demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our lord's corruption from the face of Eough. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow, I become the effigy. Well, that's a thing. I don't like the sound of any of that. Over here we have a corridor and a trap. Ooh, I can't disarm that one. That one's too advanced. And there's one here. Can't disarm that one either. And there's that one. Can't disarm that one. And there's a secret thing here. Grab that. We have some people. Let's explore around in other places first. I've got to be very, very careful. Very careful. It looks to be an alternate... No, that's a separate room. It's not connected up. Small wicker statues with black stone eyes are placed between the flickering candles. Ooh. You are very observant. But if I go here, you can't see me. I will take this opal. Who else is there? Just two people. Okay. Oh! Move. Okay. We don't want to go there just yet. I want to instead head in this direction. Can I open this door? Do I want to open this door? That's a question. I shall ready just in case something bad happens from me opening this door.
Following your lead.
Something bad might very well happen.
Your thoughts must
I'm
go
going
deep
to
indeed.
save, actually. Saving is a good plan. Saving's always a good plan. Okay.
I'm here.
Can you open this? Yes, you can, because we have the key.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. People there. Anyone here? There's a trap. Can't disarm it. I can get in here, though. Grab some money. And find another trap. And another trap? Oh dear. What's back here? The answer is...
How about that?
Oh, another trap. Do I even want to go into this area? I don't know. What I do know is there's even more down here. We need to get more mechanics. We need to get a lot more mechanics. So there leads to here. And,
Yes.
oh, big room with enemies in it. What about opening this door? Can I open this door is the question. I
I'm
can.
not sure how I feel about this.
This will take one lockpick. As you approach the blood pool, the viscous liquid churns and bubbles. You feel essence rising to the surface, reaching out to you, whispering. Someone should clean that up. Some strange power seems to be animating the blood. I'm going to hazard a guess and say that, whatever it isn't benevolent. Grotesque masks and pools of blood. They aren't half-hearted in their madness, are they? Carter wrinkles his nose. A place of death. We should not linger here. A bubbling cauldron of Skaen's hateful seed. He may be snivelling and cowardly in his ways, but he has never lacked for focus. We are retracting from the blood pool. You draw back. The souls recede, and the blood settles. Yeah, we're not messing with that.
I suppose it can't be helped.
Also, stay hidden. Oh! Right! We've got a combat. Back up, back up, back up. Run! Oh, run! Okay. You're gonna have to... What is the condition on you? You are...
Hey.
I want you to go over here. You need to go here.
What?
You need to
How may
move
I
forward
help?
quickly. As do you. And you. Okay.
Hey.
Luckily, we can have at thee with you. One here, one here. Can you move now? No, you can't.
Following
Okay,
your lead.
there's a few of you. Alright, Aloth,
Aye?
what can I do here? The answer is, I can blast with some actually, no, don't blast with that magic. Blast with this magic. Okay,
Hey.
move forward if we can. Oh, we are getting shot. And we are down. I can do that a bit better. I think I can do that a lot better. Where did I last save? Oh, I last saved over here, didn't I? I last saved here. Maybe I don't need to go into that area at all. I'm not sure. I don't know many things about this area. But we can quickly sneak through here. We know there's not a lot in this area that we can do. There's that encounter we can't do anything with. There's this trap. We'll grab that treasure. There's nothing else there I can do anything with right now. So, we want the party a lot closer. A lot
How may I
closer.
help?
I'm here.
This dialogue will trigger. It will unstealth us. We will retreat from the blood pool.
I'm here.
I will then
Yes?
put you here,
Yes?
put you here, put you here, put you here. We will save, and then we will have at thee. Lirin may be tough,
I'm here.
but Lirin was by herself,
I
and
suppose it can't be
as a
helped.
single target, she could easily be taken out.
There you go.
Open door, back up. Aha. Much better. Okay. Have at thee with you. Like. Ooh. Oh, no. Okay. There's like 3 of you there. Do I want to deal with that right now? Maybe this is the way. Maybe this is the way I want to go. You know, let's not go that
I'm
way
here.
right now. Let's instead go this way. It's going to involve some very careful navigation.
Yes.
Very careful navigation. So I'm going to have to move you all one at a time. Because this may be the way to progress. Okay, we can stand there quite safely.
Hey.
It's not going going to be easy fighting here. I don't want to trigger that trap. But if I put you here...
How may I help?
And I put you here. I put you here. And I put you here. That should be sufficient.
Hey.
We're not going to be able to back up very well. Okay, we can back up
I'm
if we
here.
go there, maybe. I wish I had more mechanics. But this is just how it is.
Yes?
Alright, are we in range? Yes, we are! Go here! Okay, we have a Mindbreaker, a Fanatic, and a Temple Guard. The Mindbreaker took a lot more damage than the Temple Guard. A lot more damage, but there we go. You
I'm
go
here.
here. We avoid. Oh, you have a gun. Right.
Hey.
You having a gun? Bit of a problem.
Aye?
That guy needs to perish.
Following
So,
your lead.
you fire here.
Your thoughts must flow
We're
deep,
going to do that.
How may I help?
And you're going to... We could do this. We could do this. In a moment. Okay. You're a barbarian, so we can't see how much health you have. Right, I need
How
you
may I
to... I need you to do the second one of these here. And you're going to shoot... I need you to do that. Then do this. And you're getting blasted.
Hey.
To knock you down. Okay, you're dead. Fantastic. Now, can I move forward? Yes, I can. And we can shoot you. And then we'll pretty much be done. Aha! You're down. Now we knock you down.
Following your lead.
And we could summon some worms, but I don't think we need any. I don't think we need any here. One moment. There we go.
I'm here.
And that shot gives us victory. Okay, we have some random items that we can do from you. And a fine padded armor. Okay, it wasn't an arquebus, it was a pistol. But that's still a firearm, and they're still dangerous. This elegant vase is cracked and chipped. It looks like an antique from a deer. There's also this door. Ooh! We can unlock it with the master key.
Hey.
How may
We
I help?
should unlock it.
Following your lead.
And I'm glad we could avoid that trap.
Hey.
Right. Let's ready the party. Let's also save, because inevitably something terrible is going to be on the other side of this door. That's why I didn't use any of my important
I'm here.
spells. Okay, if we unlock this... Oh. This is important. Uh-oh. The whole party's coming in. A large, bull-necked man in a hood helps a young elven woman down from a glass chamber connected to a dizzying array of cables and machinery. Her skin and clothing glisten with fresh blood.
You may feel a little lightheaded for the next hour or two, but that will pass. Have a meal and get some sleep when you return to town. The transfusion.
I do not like you talking about a transfusion. The girl sobs into the back of her hand.
The transfusion will be smoothest if you relax and rest. The implanted essence already has a hold on your mind, so fighting it will be useless. And I hope our new visitor does not complicate matters overly.
He turns to you with a cold glare. What's going on here?
Subversion. The black sheep cousin of justice. Or haven't you heard Lord Harond's tale of woe about a missing daughter and an impending marriage? He's sent his soldiers to scour the village while he bides his time at the Dracogen Inn.
I've heard this.
You of all people should understand what I'm doing. I don't know who you are, but I can read that look of discontent on your face. Polite society frowns on your struggles and ideals as much as they do my animancy and Skaen's rituals. But unsightliness reminds polite society that there are limits. When no one pays attention to the excesses and debaucheries of a lord, you give them something they can't look away from.
Something specific to Laborer there. Aelys Harond is pregnant.
And from your tone, I take it you don't know the circumstances of the child's conception.
I'm about to find out.
Lord Harond's been telling everyone she's his daughter. He brought her all the way out here just to avoid anyone who might know differently. She's his niece, and she's carrying his child.
Oh. He's her own flesh and blood? That's the vilest thing I've ever heard. Why would he do that?
Harond's own wife's delivered nothing but Hollowborn. Now he's got no heir, and his sister's child, Aelys, is reaching the age to marry. Without progeny of his own, Harond's legacy would pass to her issue. So, he found a way to continue his own noble line by putting his child in this girl, his own niece.
Couldn't he have gotten a child by some other means?
Not a highborn heir. Even if he disposed of his own wife by some means, what family would marry their fertile daughter off to him? You can see the problem with this foolishness about blood and birth, I hope.
You didn't have to resort to violence. Someone would have helped Aelys.
And yet, no one did. Not that innkeeper who wasn't above taking his lordship's coin. Not Harond's attendants who must have known. Not even his wife, the poor girl's aunt. Depravity like this doesn't happen, but that people allow it. This is the truth that decent folk don't want to see. Sometimes you need excess to fight men like Harond. This isn't just about Harond or the girl. It's about the corrupting influences of power and wealth. How people of privilege, people like Harond, are so often insulated from the consequences of their actions. The charged essence of dozens of maltreated slaves and underlings is already taking root in her mind. Once it's established, it'll drive her to murder her uncle, her aunt, and anyone foolish enough to get in her way. People won't be able to look away from Harond's sins then.
This is not the way to deal with this, Wymund. Ha! Leave it to Skaen to go to such lengths to avoid confrontation. How will this lord learn if he is not directly punished? Break this lord's body. Bestow on him 100 red gifts. Let him know why he must suffer. Only then do you correct the problem.
I do not wish to destroy Nestor Harond. I wish to end his entire rotten line. His name will become a curse among strangers. The deeds of his house will be eclipsed by his ruin. Foes will hear his name and shudder with pity. And any relatives who should survive him will abandon their fortunes just to rid themselves of the association.
Watcher, do not let this girl and her child become fodder for revenge. Let me touch her mind. I can free her from this snare, as well as from the memories that hold her captive. And immediately, Liren is being challenged on her opinions on using this kind of power to alter things. Liren would have to concede that this is what we must do. She doesn't like it. But if we don't, Aelys will either murder loads of people, one of whom is incredibly evil, but the rest of whom do not deserve death, or she'll die in combat. Liren would sigh. Do it. The grieving mother bows her head. Thank you, Watcher. You feel her reach out, persistent yet gentle. Aelys does not move, but the grieving mother trembles with exertion, and the air around her rings with the sound of chimes. At last, she collapses, her energy spent. The strain throbs in her mind. For just a moment, Aelys's eyes close. When they open again, her expression is blank, but as she takes in the scene before her, you, Wymund, and the machinery in this strange dark room, her confusion turns to fear. She lets out a choked cry.
Kill them. All of them. If she can't destroy Harond, then we can destroy his legacy with her.
He curses under his breath and turns to the other cultists. She is not hostile. That is good. We do not want to hit her. Wymund is powerful. You're a preacher, you're a mindbreaker, you're a cultist, you're a sentry. Right.
Hey.
You need this. You need to start attacking here.
I'm here.
You need to immediately shoot that mind breaker. You need to strike here.
What?
You need to definitely cast a buff spell. But what buff spell are we casting here? We are casting this one. You are going to... Hobbled and Weakened is good. Domination, however... That might be nice, but you have to be quite close.
Following your lead.
You're going to start shooting them,
Aye?
and you're going to wait until people are closer. There we go. Right.
Yes?
Now, we're going to do this. Yeah, you're running. Excellent, excellent. Okay, you do that. You've took some damage. You are shackled, which is fantastic. Go after that one. Go after that one. Now, you are going to have to do some shooting to regain some power. You're going after... Go after this one. I need you to... You know, it's time for us to do this. It's time for us to do that. You're going to do this. That's a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Okay, that Mind Breaker is going to perish soon. You're going to gain some more focus. We are going to Holy Radiance for sure. And we need to take care of you quickly.
Following
It's
your
going to be
lead.
tricky though, isn't it? It's going to be very tricky. Start shooting there.
What?
I need you to... You know what? We need to do that. You just need to keep shooting there.
What?
I'm going to have
Yes.
you use this here. Okay, nice amount of damage there.
Huh?
You know what? We need this opponent dealt with now. So, fire one of these off here. Not de- Oh, there's a lot of healing going on. I'm not a fan of this healing, but... Focus on Wymund. Focus on Wymund. Okay, you're doing a good job there. You only have 2 charges. I'm going to have you... Let's think about this. More firepower here.
Oh,
Okay, you're nearly down. Not down yet, though. We have 2 charges there. Keep focusing on him. Aha, now he's down to 1. Excellent.
aye?
Okay, we can finish off Wymund here. If we fire something nasty, like this. Do that. Okay, that didn't finish him off, but we're getting close. Okay, you have 27 now. We can now do this, which could possibly kill you. Oh, also
Following your
4.
lead.
Distraction worms! Okay. You are now feared. That is not great. Attack. Attack. Attack.
Your thoughts.
Okay, you're gone! Excellent. That's the end of the Mind Breaker. Next, I need you to keep focusing on Wymund. You need to shoot this cultist. You need to shoot this cultist. And you need to fire missiles at Wymund. And I think you need to fire off this here. Okay, Wymund is down. Excellent. The Preacher has now broken free from
Hey.
their mind control. But this is alright because you're going to finish off the cultist. You're going to shoot here. You're going to... What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything right now. You're going to switch to this and shoot at range.
Yes.
Lyrin, we need to attack. Okay. You can knock down this person in the meantime. You are okay, you're down. You're nowhere near as tough as everyone else. The temple sentry is still going, I might add.
I'm here.
Back up from the temple sentry. He's going to be getting up soon. He's not going to be getting up soon because he's the last one left.
What?
Okay.
Your thoughts must flow deep.
You have a lot of focus, but we need a little
Following
bit
your
more.
lead.
So you attack here,
I'm here.
and you're gone too. Excellent. The young woman blinks at you and takes a few steps back. Stay away. I don't know. She shakes her head and rubs her temples. What happened here? I rescued you. She looks around at the dead cultists and pools of blood, her eyes widening in fear and confusion. But from what? She winces and pitches forward, holding her head. Hylia's wings. I can hardly remember a thing. She pauses, her brow furrowing. She mutters something in a dialect of Ruatai, then Valian. No. My name is Aelys. Her fingers dance at her side, plucking at the air in 3 repeated tones. A liar. The opening notes of the false night. Her twitching fingers brush her swelling abdomen. She looks back at you, a question in her eyes. You're a young noble who was taken advantage of by unscrupulous relatives. She nods absently. I also know I can't go back to the village, though I don't remember why. She looks around at the strange machinery, and I certainly can't stay here. You should find your way to a big city. New Hayamar, perhaps, or even the Valian Republics. Somewhere with plenty of opportunities. The suggestion sinks in slowly, but it seems to take root in the newly barren places of her mind. It's good advice. She takes a final glance at the blood-spattered chamber. I won't look back. She hurries away. And with that,
I'm here.
we've dealt with the cultists and saved Aelys. There's a lot of stuff here, including Wymund's key. This key is made of polished bone that feels surprisingly sturdy despite its light weight. So money. And everything else is stuff with... Ooh, an exceptional morning star. Ooh, an exceptional morning star. What are you currently using? You're using this one that is fine. I'm going to look at that morning star here and see if it's something we could use. Where is that morning star? It is... Now I can't find it. Find hatchet, find dagger, exceptional morning star. There we go. How is it in comparison? Deals more damage. Deals more damage. I'll think about it. And when we come back, folks, we have freed Aelys. That said, we need to confront Harond about this. That's not going to be a pleasant conversation. But then Harond is not a pleasant man. But this was not the answer to it. None of this was. And as much as Lyrin doesn't want to admit it, Grieving Mother was right in that she could help. She could help. And when we come back, folks, we might as well finish exploring this temple. And then confront Harond. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.